and welcome to the Bougie Sports Podcast. I'm Yvette, and as always, I am so happy that you're here. Can you believe that it's July 17th already? I can't believe that. This summer has gone past so fast, but I say that every summer. I think every year when you get older, time just feels like it goes past faster and faster. But I guess the good thing is that means football season will get here sooner. We'll at least feel like that then, right? Or some teams are starting to report to training camp. So that's exciting. I know people are starting to get their tickets. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do training camp this year. I typically go every year. Last year, I took my daughter, and she was 4 at the time. I thought she was old enough, but it wasn't fun at all. She wanted to leave the whole entire time, and
I look red.
I was thinking about attempting it again this year with her, but not quite sure. I feel like going through all the trouble, to be honest. But I always think that training camp is so much fun. It's like where you get a chance to see these players like up close and personal. I remember the very first time that I went to training camp before you needed tickets or anything like that. I was just in amazement of the defensive linemen and how huge they were. And I'm a tall girl. So, the striking height of some of these guys and just massiveness was it was fun to see in person and up close. We got Johnny Manziel, or I don't know if it's Johnny Manziel or Baker, maybe Johnny Manziel. We needed to start having tickets to go to Browns training camp. Not quite sure how any other NFL training camps run, but I'm sure it's similar, and the fan experience is definitely worth going. So, and something you can take your kids to, and if your kid's like mine and wants to leave, you didn't really pay much, just the gas or whatever to get there. So, it's a fun time. Also, if you're lucky, you can get some autographs. I got some fun autographs back in the day. I got Deshaun Kaiser's autograph. All right, just a couple quick things before we get started. First of all, my website is backed up at bougiesports.net. It's not completely up. It's up, but make sure you come back and check it out later on in the week where I'll have more things uploaded. Here you see you can subscribe to the podcast, and then there is media tab here, which, so yeah, if you have a chance to go over to bougiesports.net and take a look at it. And like I said, make sure you come back again when I'm going to have a lot more things uploaded on there. So yeah, I hope you visit and make sure you stop back. And I plan on really making my website like a fun space. So hopefully you will visit it. And like I said, come back when we are, really up and running. So this is just kind of like a preview, but you know how I roll. Yeah. So if you could check out my website, that would be awesome. And if you could really subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would be so eternally grateful. Yeah, so subscribe to Bougie Sports on YouTube. We plan on having a lot of content on the YouTube channel, not only on X and Facebook, but doing things that are just exclusive to YouTube, like interviews, one-on-one interviews. We want to learn more about the people out there like you guys and have a chance to interview, uh, some of you guys and learn some of your stories and then put them on my YouTube page. So also the Squad Pod will be doing a WrestleMania special. That is their theme. They're into wrestling, and I know Cleveland is getting WrestleMania here. I think it's August 1st coming up here very soon, which is very exciting. I love that because it brings the energy to Cleveland, and it'll be fun to watch the reactions to what happens and see the excitement about that. So make sure you catch that, and that will be on next Tuesday. So yeah, WrestleMania. I'm not a huge wrestling fan. I can't. I tried. I even tried for the last thing that they had. I wanted to like it because so many people like it. And it's not that I didn't like it. I guess, yeah, I just guess I didn't like it. Yeah. It's not for me, but I still think it's cool. There's some things that I would watch. And I'm very excited to see um what the hold on a second. I'm very excited to see what the girls are going to put together for that. So that'll be awesome. Make sure you watch that. Okay, also, Sherry's gonna come to the Yo, and I'm gonna give her a food tour. That's gonna be awesome. So if you have any suggestions on places you'd like us to hit, make sure you let us know. If you look right here, I have my Bougie Sports stylist. I'm so excited about my stylist. I wrote yesterday on social media that I'm obsessed with my stylist because I am. I have to have my stylist everywhere. I have them all over like cheaters, That's the thing that sucks about it. It's like once you get obsessed with it, then you have to have it. But it's just so much easier for me to scroll on my phone, edit videos, and nowadays everywhere you go, there's a kiosk. So when you go to like Sheets or anywhere, you can just use your little stylus instead of using your fingers and catching all the germs. So next time you see me, I will give you a Bougie Sports stylus. I'm gonna find some ways to give them away. Oops, geez, the excitement, my God. Also, I put out a calling for fans of the AFC North to come on because I am going to do a couple of AFC North themed podcasts, and they're going to be really fun. So if you are interested in that, let me know. It will be it's going to be a safe, fun space. Like I want people that are passionate about their team, believe me, but I don't want anyone on that's going to be in their feelings. It's going to be fun. I just want to talk about the different rivalries. I also going to have some local Youngstonians on to tell their story about sports, and I'm going to do a Youngstown themed. I'm going to do a Pittsburgh Steelers Cleveland Browns rivalry Youngstown edition. So those all are coming up. I've asked for a couple people. I've asked for people to come on the show. So if you'd like to come on and be involved in any of those podcasts, I would love to have you. This is a safe space here. Come on in. The water's warm. Let the warm water. Let your cock and balls feel the warm water. Let your cock and balls feel the warm water. Do you guys remember that? Let your cock and balls feel the warm water. It's like Adam Sandler or something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Like your cock and balls feel the warm water. Why is that in my head? Did you guys see my shirt? Nothing I'm not used to. All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the things I want to dive into this week. I don't have a guest with me today because I don't. But I will be having guests with me for the remainder of the rest of the podcast. So sorry, if you were looking for someone else, sorry, it's just me today. Um, I don't like a lot of time to pass, without at least coming on and saying hi. We don't want you to forget about us here at Beige Sports. But so let's talk a little bit about some things. I want to talk a little bit about quarterback rankings and just rankings in general. Earlier this week, I came across these fantasy football quarterback rankings posted by the football guys. And these are from at Joey Wright's top 24 quarterback rankings. And it says, what did he get wrong? So I'm looking over at these rankings, and he ranks the top 24. And I don't see Deshaun Watson included in these rankings at all, which kind of, to be honest, irritated me because I felt like he should be included in these rankings. Now, I know that his performance hasn't been what what we're hoping it should be, and he hasn't really shown a lot. But I also see people on these lists like Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, who haven't even taken one snap in the NFL. And we have Bryce Young and Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Okay. So I also want to add that at the Joey Wright is absolutely amazing, and so are the football guys. And I am a huge, fantasy football and analyst, and they are all top notch. I just don't agree with this list here with the quarterbacks. Because I feel, now this is my own in my feelings moment, that Deshaun Watson wasn't put on this list, not because he didn't deserve to be on this list. It's because people don't like him as a person, which is understanding and everybody's choice. But it's also, hard. Okay. I'm going to get on my soapbox here. I really am annoyed and over the selective, which I feel like the selective hate towards the Cleveland Browns for the Deshaun Watson trade. I think that it's easy to say that we are the bad guys when you're on the outside looking in. Sometimes it feels like it's easy to take the side against the Browns when it's 31 versus 1, when you're going to make 31 fan bases happy, and maybe not the Browns fan base happy, but who cares, because you still come off with your morality. And it kind of, I don't know. I just feel that there's a lot of bad people in the NFL, and I know what Deshaun Watson was accused of is horrible, and it's not a joking matter, and I don't take it lightly. I never did take it lightly. I just choose to separate personal feelings. I just choose to separate my personal feelings from football. I'm just an emotional person. So I like the Cleveland Browns, to me, like that's my family. Like, so to see them like not included in something, I just get like the mom in me, and I just want to defend them. And I just want to say why we should be included in this. I'm a passionate Cleveland Browns fan. And when you talk about the Browns, it's like you talk about my family, or I'm just like, I want everybody to see that the fans and that we're good people, and the organization that we are good people. And if you want to go back to the list, and let me bring it up over here on mine too. I'm just going to really quick, put in my argument on why I think Deshaun Watson should be on this list. I feel that what he did show in the games that he was in last year does show his potential. And these are what these lists are made up. I mean, okay. So I think if you were going to put Deshaun Watson on this, I would have thrown him in at least like 19 or 20. All right. Let's just say that. Well, so there you have it. That's the thing with rankings, they're just opinions and projected opinions. I am a huge consumer of fantasy football content. I love fantasy football. Those of you know, I don't do any of my own homework, which means I don't sit here and analyze these guys. I don't look up the numbers from last year compared to this year, but these guys do. They do so much work, and those projections and average draft positions and things like that are calculated into their projections. I just want to make sure that I give a shout out to all the hard working analysts and people that do this, because it's a lot of hard work. I can only imagine. And another thing is, it's okay to not agree. How many shows do you watch where even the people on the same show agree on one take? You don't. There could be one guy. Let's just say Zamir White, for example. Any show will have the guys on the side of Zamir White versus the guys or girls that are not on the side of Zamir White. And these people work together every day and they can't get along and have the same opinion on guys that they do these projections on. So how in the world do they expect everyone else to agree with them? So it's okay to have your own opinions, and I certainly do. And I also feel like when you take these rankings or lists into, and you use these, you have to just use them as a tool and then put your own spin onto things. And even if you just have a hunch on a player, then that's okay too. You don't even have to have any scientific knowledge or data to support why you feel like this person's going to be good or not. If you just feel like this person's going to be good or not, and that's in your gut, then you do that when it's your turn to draft in your league. That's what I have to say. For example, Aaron Rodgers is going to be trash, like I do. Then you could say, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be trash. Kirk Cousins. I don't know why. I just feel like he's going to be trash. I seen him on 1 second of receivers, and that's all it took for me to be like, this guy's going to be trash. Michael Penix is going to be in. And that had no sign. There's no data for me to say why Kirk Cousins is not going to do good, except for the fact that when he was on receivers and he said something, I didn't like the way he said it. And I felt like he's going to be trash. Oh my gosh, Des Bryant is not going to like that take from a woman. He's going to say that's why girls should not talk about fantasy football or football in general. And your rankings get people so worked up. And those rankings got me so worked up, and I understand. But like I said, they're people's opinions, and you need to just, take them with a grain of salt, and we can form our own opinions and make our own rankings. So that's why it's free to live in America. I want to talk a little bit about, I was talking about earlier how I jumped in on that this post because the Browns weren't included. But let me give you guys a little look here into the life of a Browns fan. As you can tell, we have lost the most games in 221 over the past 20 years. According to CBS Sports, or this little graphic that I came across, it has us there at the top with the most losses. So that type of life, and if you notice, it says over past 20 years. So that is in my Browns fandom. that gives I mean, I don't know what that is. I mean, I guess that is why we are the way that we are. That is that's tough. Let's see. We have the Las Vegas Raiders. They're next with 215. I was kind of surprised that they were second in loss. I just knew like that they sucked like most recently, like last year. I just don't remember them sucking so much. The last 20 years. But here you go, Jacksonville. And Jacksonville, we have a lot of hype this year. Trevor Lawrence and getting a big contract. And another team with huge hype is the Detroit Lions. 208 losses in the past 20 years. Look how close they made it to the Super Bowl last year. I would love to see them, if not us, get their chance. I think everybody wants to see. We used to be like Detroit. Like people used to love the Browns until they didn't. But and that's probably why, because look at that 221 losses, yet look at the way we love our team. And the funny thing is that I probably would I am a huge homer, that's for sure. And I would probably argue in cases that weren't even valid for the Browns, but that's just, like I said, comes down to my loyalty and just my love for the team in general, and just my emotion. The Jets, 199, which I could see just getting more and more with Aaron Rodgers. And then you have Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers, 191 losses. Baker Mayfield, ranked higher than Deshaun Watson. I'll never let it go. Neither will Browns fans. We'll be bringing this up forever and ever. And then the Houston Texans, CJ Stroud there, got, lots of weapons now and looked really good. So this is what a change. If you look over here, all these teams besides, I don't know, I still don't see much hope for the Las Vegas Raiders, but and the Jets. I don't know. But everybody else could be on the up. I mean, you got Washington now with Jaden Daniels. This is going to be fun. Oh, the tides have changed, huh? I wonder who used to be on top. But it's nice to see any of these teams do well, because we know the most important thing. Well, I think that something that's big and the most important thing about the organization are the fans. We are the ones that are here, beyond the players and generation after generation. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I love polls. So I did a poll and asked who is the most triggered fan base in the AFC North. That went to the Steelers. Now, granted, I do recognize that most of the people voting, or the majority of the people voting, are probably Cleveland fans, but I don't really think that makes a difference, because I think that it's still right, the answer. So I think it's the AFC North. We are the hardest division, the strongest division in the NFL. So I could see why all our fans are triggered. And so yeah, the AFC North, for me, because that's our division rivalries, I love to hate them all. I hate the Steelers, I hate the Bengals, and I hate the Ravens. I hate all their faces, and I want to destroy them and on the football field. But I also love the fans bases of all those teams, even the Steelers fans, because it's just fun. Like if I'm talking trash about your team, it's not personal. It's football. You guys, it's football. Like, talk trash about the Browns. I don't care. Let's go. I got this. So yeah. And like I feel like the AFC North, we have our own little thing too. So it's fun. So Bengals fans, Ravens fans, Steelers fans, let's go. I'm ready. This is gonna be so fun. I'm so excited. Okay. Oh.
what I mean. I got a queen, so I don't need a team. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're not the one till you get you a team and get us some rings. You know what I mean? I hit the studio, blow some steam, the man a machine. You know what I mean?
I mean, so that video of Nick Chubb stirred a lot of conversation on when he will be back on the field for the Browns. So first of all, let me tell you my personal opinion. When I seen the video, I was like, OMG, I need to look in the mirror at my weak ass self and up my 5-pound weights to 10-pound weights and be better, because this guy suffered a brutal injury against the Steelers week 2 last year of the season. I'm pretty sure it was the second week of the season. Anyways, and has made a miraculous recovery. I mean, I knew he'd be back, but I don't think that many people expected to see him make this much progress so quickly because the injury was so bad. I did a poll and asked, when do you think Nick Chubb will be back? On Twitter, I think the most response was for the first week of the season. Like I said, I wanted to tell you guys what I think. I think that if Nick Chubb is back game 1, then yay, I'm happy. But I don't really care whether or not he's back on the first game, because I think that he will be back, and I feel that he should come back when he's absolutely ready. And so no, I don't want him to rush. That's the thing. There's no rush. Okay. I love you, Pookie, Nick. No rush to get back. Okay. Take your time. All right. Anyways, also wanted to give a big shout out to Facebook. If you are not, please follow me at Bougie Sports on Facebook. I know I post a lot of the same things but everybody does, right? On their Facebook and Instagram and whatever. But I'm happy to have more people engaging with me on Facebook, because a lot of people are local, and I like that. So just to get different opinions. And also I'm going to be including some people from like the Facebook groups and things like that on the podcast. So I asked, when do you think Nick Chubb will return on the field? 6 to 8 weeks in. Rob Gambriel. Ray preseason week 1. That is awesome. Scott Spencer says, I think game 7 through 9, basically mid-season, November 1st week. Anthony Ferrant, I think around weeks 4 or 5. Eric Moran, he has kind of like my thing on it. I hope it isn't rushed, pun intended. I would like to see him take the correct amount of time so he has less chance of re-injury. I expect to see him by the 4th to 6th week. I agree with you. Ashley Brady Martinez, my girl, what's up? Who I'm going to have also on the podcast. Well, with the latest video that just came out, I would say maybe sooner than later. But if I were the Browns, I wouldn't rush it. I'm sure Chubb wants to get back sooner to his new contract. I agree with you, Ashley. Anna, another girl, Kindinis. Did I say that right? Kindinis. You'll let me know. Hoping week 1. Britley Lynn, week 3. Mercury, did you see him squat 500 pounds? He'll be back. He's not like anyone else. He's a beast. Yeah. So thank you guys for all your comments. I love your feedback, and I agree with most of you guys. And I think that everybody agrees on one thing, is that we're happy to see Nick Chubb, even if you're not a Browns fan, or if you are, we're just happy to see him back working out and being Nick Chubb, and quick fantasy football note on that. Would you draft him in fantasy, or are you raising his ADP? I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I think he's going low, so you can crowd him at great value. And I think I would take him there, and still try to get the value for him. Because you just never know. So I don't think we need to get, and when it comes to fantasy football and real football, I I always, I care about the Browns more. So I just want him to get healthy, and I don't want to, worry about him on my fantasy football team. So I might be passing on Nick Chubb this year in fantasy football. You know what I had in my head? Nick, Nickelodeon. Oh my God, my singing's horrible. Not like the national anthem singer. Oh my God. She was absolutely horrible. And then everybody was like, remember Fergie? And I was like, actually, I'm going to look her up right now because I almost forget. Hold on one second. We're going to look up Fergie because I almost forget how bad it was.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wave at the twilight's last gleam?
So sorry I made you suffer through that, but maybe you needed to be reminded also of how horrible that was. Are you guys watching Receivers or Hard Knocks? So there's not going to be any spoilers or anything. I just wanted to say that I am watching both. Started watching Hard Knocks last night, the Giants preseason. So I really wanted to hear the Saquon Barkley talk that people were teasing about because I do find that interesting, and I'm taking a bigger interest in the business, like the behind the scenes of these teams as far as the salary cap and how all that works, because that is a huge part of the mechanics of football, and it's something I don't really know about. So I'm happy to learn more, and the more the just better you get. I mean, I can't even believe there's room, in my fantasy football, but there is, All right. So in receivers, they are featuring 49ers receiver Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. That he's technically a tight end, but then there is Devontae Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders and Amon St. Brown from the Detroit Lions. Am I forgetting some? So it's really cool. I like watching this type of shows because I love learning about the person behind the football player and to know them on that type of level, like tapping into their personalities and who they are. And I don't know, then you just get more attached to them, which that's now I'm thinking about Devontae Adams and how good he is and how he's so much better than the Raiders. But I think today he said he wasn't planning on going anywhere or anything like that. I think I just read that. But who is talked about going somewhere at this point, as of today, is Deebo Samuel's teammate Brandon Ayuk, and he still hasn't agreed to a contract with the 49ers. So he requested a trade, and there's a lot of talk about where he's going to land, and I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's going to go to the Browns. The Browns, we still haven't signed Amari Cooper, so I wish we do. I mean, of course, if they're talking to Brandon Ayuk's camp, then I'm sure that's just like normal business. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's a lot of talk for him going there. I do not want him to go there because I don't, why would I want my rival to get any good weapons? Maybe the Patriots would be but I don't know. So yeah, we still haven't had any real clear news on where he's going to go. So still looking for that. And training camp starting, and so excited. I know I say that a million times, but it's so true. With training camp comes injuries. That's scary though. I hate that, but that's the part, you know. Golf. How's everybody's golf game going? We still have our event coming up August 16th. I think the time's been extended. If you want to join us in golf for a good cause, we are going to donate the proceeds to Fantasy Cares. This is our first attempt of trying to throw a golf event, and next year, maybe after we do this once, we will just get better and better. Yeah, so I don't know. And we recently, Lysandra, she is one of the hosts of the Squad Pod, was in town, and she's originally from Cleveland, but doesn't live in Cleveland anymore. And we all went to Top Golf, and it was so much fun. That's the first time I've ever gone to Top Golf, and I loved it there. It was a lot of fun. So I wish we had one closer to us, but good time. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And also, did you guys see Rory McIlroy back in the final major of the season in the British Open? You know, I think that maybe he'll win it. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like coming back from such a horrible loss, and then like, I mean, I guess it wasn't a horrible loss because he won a ton of money, but yeah, we don't have to relive it. I didn't even know you were still in here. I didn't watch the All-Star game. I must admit, the baseball All-Star game. Because I started watching Hard Knocks yesterday, which I'm going to continue watching today. So LeBron James is playing with Bronny James. I'm just saying. I mean, that's it. Okay, well, that's all I have for you guys right now. We're right. One more time. 5, 6, and 7, and 8. All right, well, that is all for now. We are right at the calm before the storm, and I'm so excited. This is the best time of year, isn't it? Please stay tuned to Bougie Sports. We have so much coming up, and we really plan on covering football season and lots of other things. Like I said, going to be giving away a lot of things. Got live shows coming from Youngstown Sports Cards. Got the Fantasy Football Expo coming up. We got the golf outing. We have training camp, WrestleMania, so much. Make sure you give the Squad Pod a follow at the Real Squad Pod on X. Please give VG Sports a follow on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that notification bell because you never know when we could just be popping up live like this one. Surprise! Thank you so much, as always, for all your love, support, comments, engagement. I really appreciate it. Go around. Have a great day. Bye.